everyone and welcome back to my channel. Hi, my name is Emerald Hill and this is where I normally review what a fat girl eats in a day. As a former fat girl, I've lost over 100 pounds. But today, this is a part of my new series. I believe this is the 4th edition to reviewing ex-fat girls, reviewing fat people eating. Today we're actually going to take a look at a suggested person, Angelica Unfiltered. I've never seen any of their videos before, but we're going to take a look at their description here. Welcome to Angelica Unfiltered Health and Wellness. This channel is your go-to space for honest discussions about health, wellness, and balanced living. I'll cover topics like healthy eating, weight management, and lifestyle tips, while also diving into critical commentary on the fat acceptance movement and related social trends. Expect unfiltered reactions, thought-provoking discussions, and practical advice. I created this channel to keep things distinct from my other channel, Angelica Violet, where I explore whimsy goth and alternative fashion. If that's your vibe, be sure to check it out. Nope. That's okay. Subscribe and join me on the journey toward a healthier and more empowered life. Amazing! So that's really cool. That's fantastic. So I'm just gonna click on the very first video that pops up and we'll see if this person can be included in the ice cream and mean series. Even though I pretty much dropped the ice cream aspect immediately. I started it in the middle of a Canadian winter and it just, it chilled me down to my core a little bit more than what I needed. So let's just get into it.
My name is Angelica and this is the Angelica Unfiltered channel where I talk about fat ladies on the internet not doing good things, like usually talking about fat acceptance or spreading misinformation about weight loss.
Wow, she's just like right to it. I'm just like, hi, I'm Angelica and I talk about fat women on the internet doing bad things. That's awesome. Okay, sounds good. We got some cool, I wonder where the whimsy goth is gonna come in. Right now, I think we have a knit.
And health. So you guys really enjoyed my video I did of Danny. Was that at the beginning of the year? I don't know. The time flies.
Oh, she was an ex-fat activist. Interesting. Very cool. It's interesting how like our lives progress and how we change and everything like that. I also apologize. I have a cold right now. And also that's why my face is kind of red and my voice is kind of nasally and stuffy and whatever.
So what I am hearing through the grapevines is that Danny is now locked in again and she is taking her weight loss journey seriously. So I thought we could check out her videos and then maybe I could sprinkle some advice or things that have helped me lose weight in while I give my commentary. I am very close to losing over 100 pounds.
Very cool. Amazing. Congratulations. I'm excited for you. You have to be a part of the 100-pound club. Welcome you with open arms. It's going to be awesome. I actually know this person, this Danny person. I think I've reviewed them before as well. So it sounds like maybe they're kind of changing their tune a little bit. I know in the past that what I've reviewed is kind of more days. It sounds like they're locked in again. So let's kind of see what maybe cycle comes up.
So that's very exciting.
Ooh, I've spotted a whimsy goth element. That necklace looks like a whimsy goth element to me. Also, we do have nose piercings and Jeffrey Dahmer glasses.
My highest weight was 272.8 pounds.
Oh, we were around the same weight. I was 280 pounds. We were pretty much the same. There we go.
And yes, that's how big I was when I was in fat acceptance. But since I left that community and I am taking my health and wellness journey seriously, my lowest was 174.9 the other day.
Nice.
Disappearing before your eyes. So while I might not know the most about nutrition, I do know how to lose a substantial amount of weight, whether you like it or not.
And I think that's a really great point. I don't think that you need a PhD to be able to just give your opinion.
She's giving a little January update, so I'm going to start here so we can kind of like know where we're standing.
All right, you guys, I decided to do kind of a weight update video from basically
this was posted February 3rd.
January 1st up till basically the end of the month. So
no, you can't like edit that out.
January is the first month I really feel like I was eating more in a calorie deficit, and I move my body every single day. I'm up to 60 minutes per day.
I moved my body. I mean, you worked out? Like, I don't understand why so many people on the internet dissociate themselves from their body like that, like they're two different beings.
Yeah, I've noticed that too, and I don't really get why either. I think that it's something to do with personifying your body in a way, even though you are the person in your body. I don't know, like being able to remove yourself from it makes it easier for you to take care of it. I don't know, it just seems like, yeah, I don't understand what the need is to kind of like disassociate yourself from actually doing things with yourself?
And I do a lot of walking. I do about 2 runs a week. So let me show you what we're looking like right now. So on January 1st, I was 295.8.
She looks very uncomfortable. She's like standing, I don't know. She just seems very uncomfortable to me. But I know that she's kind of showing her body in the sense of like, this is my starting points. I can understand that.
Wrong lady. Danny is like 6
I don't know. Would you say that that counts it as a filter?
foot tall. She's a very tall woman. I mean, I know she has like a gut and stuff, but like I feel like she doesn't look that big, but she's also 6 feet fucking tall. So like that weight can kind of like be dispersed more than someone like that's 5 foot.
That's amazing. 6 feet tall. That is a very tall person. Yeah, I guess she's almost at the top of the door frame there. Wow. And you know what's interesting? Like when I was bigger, I used to kind of like resent taller women when they were bigger because I was like, well, how come?
Thank you.
Like you get to eat basically more calories than me. Why are you overweight? Why was I overweight? Like people who were shorter than me were probably looking at me like, how come? Like what?
This is what we look like. I've really been doing a lot of, what do you call it? Weights.
I used to think that I would have to wear stuff like this to work out and take it seriously and stuff like that. And it was kind of also like an element of, oh, you should be wearing cute workout clothes. But I feel like she's really uncomfortable. And I just remember also feeling very uncomfortable in clothes like that. I don't know, I just kind of had to get used to wearing clothes like this you don't have to wear baggy clothes or anything like that. It's just like wearing whatever feels comfortable to you so you're not just constantly adjusting. And it's just like another mental wear on the back of your mind when you're doing stuff, when you already feel uncomfortable moving in your body.
As of the end of the month, I came in at 295.6, meaning that I lost.
Okay, so she meant to say 285.6, so she lost over 10 pounds. That's fucking great.
Yeah, that's amazing. That's awesome. In a month, that's great. I remember being able to lose weight like that, and it was so motivating when you look at it on paper. It's like, oh my god, a holiday goes by and you gain it all back in a night because you don't understand water retention and how that works. And it's just so funny how weight works and how it fluctuates and how much effort it takes to get it off and how so easy it is to put it back on.
And a lot of times, like when you are starting your weight loss journey, the weight can fly off because you're actually eating like an appropriate amount of food for your body size, you know, like when you're eating in a calorie deficit.
9.8 pounds, almost 10 pounds for the month of January, so I feel like that's pretty good.
Her weight loss will probably slow down a little bit, and I'm not sure how big of a calorie deficit she's eating in because she's 6 foot tall as a woman, so she could probably get away with eating a lot, especially
at her weight. Right, so we can like put it in the calculator 1 second. Okay, so Danny's calorie maintenance, I'm not sure how old she is, so I just said that she's 32, but her maintenance calorie is 2,543 calories per day. I put her as sedentary, but just to like show a good base. If she ate 3,000 calories a day, that's almost double my calorie deficit. And if you're just starting your weight loss journey and you put your calculations into a weight loss app, and if it seems like a lot of calories, just eat at that because you are either kind of a little bit delulu and don't actually understand like how much you are eating, or if you like restrict yourself so much, then it's gonna be hard to stay on track because if you're like depriving yourself so much, then you're more likely to like kind of go off the rails.
And I think that's a fair statement. I think something interesting that she said was if the number seems too high, just eat at that anyway and see what it feels for you. Something that Michelle McDaniel pointed out that I thought was really great, and I was like, why didn't I just think of that? Was just write down everything that you eat regularly and you'll be surprised at how much you kind of pull back a little bit now that you're writing everything down, and then see what the calorie number is from there, and then that's what you generally eat, and so then compare it to that, whatever that maintenance number was, and then see if you can either meet that maintenance number or if you have to decrease it. Yeah, that was something that I actually fell into when I started my weight loss journey, totally convinced that a diet had to be 1,200 calories, and then when I would type it in and be like, oh, you should be eating like over 2,000 calories at a deficit, I couldn't compute because my mind just couldn't understand that I was eating like 3,000 calories, 4,000 calories a day, and you know, a normal healthy woman who does activity, sedentary activity, does need like 2,000 calories. My mind was just like, no. Hell no. A normal healthy woman eats like 12 1,000, maybe 600 calories, because that was just like at the time of, you know, early 2000s Thigh Gap and Victoria's Secret stuff. And so that's what I was, you know, indoctrinated into, was like the baby carrot diet and stuff like that. I agree. It's like, wow, that's a huge number. And you really just have to play around with being able to maybe meet that, but also look at the nutrition and be able to say, like, I don't want to meet that number in just carbohydrates. I have to meet it in those macronutrients.
This is a realistic way in a day as a plus size person. Starting off with breakfast, I had 2 eggs.
I wonder why.
Wait, so before she jumps in, I just want to say my take on the breakfast. So we have 2 tiny strips of bacon there. Not the best bacon. You would be surprised at how little protein there is in that bacon. It's mostly just fat. And then we have a tiny little portion of fruit. There's not a lot of calories in fruit, but like it's still really great. It has a lot of those vitamins and stuff like that. And it has the fiber that's going to help flush everything down. And then we have bread. It looks like white bread. It looks like we have butter on it, which is okay.
Hi.
Okay.
You know, it's not bad. It just depends on what else that we have throughout the day. I would say that it would kind of be better to like double the portion of berries and take away a slice of toast. But, you know, you do what you can when you're starting out. And I think that's really great so far. And we have our protein, which is 2 eggs. And that's fantastic. Especially 2 scrambled eggs, because I find that when eggs are scrambled, they're so much more filling for some reason than when it's like a poached egg or something like that. Does anybody else find that? The different kinds of a cook on an egg is what makes it more filling compared to... Is that me? Is that crazy?
It doesn't say like that she's locking in or like on a weight loss journey in her intro.
With egg whites, and then I had 2 slices of the center cut bacon, some...
If you're trying to watch your calories and you like bacon, of course you need to like look at the macros of everything. But look at center cut bacon, because it's usually higher in protein than just regular bacon.
berries, which is just some
Good to know.
raspberries, blueberries, and blackberries. And then I decided to try the keto toast because everyone keeps saying
The keto toast I use is from Aunt Millie's, and it's the sourdough flavor. Chef's kiss. I love it. I eat it almost every single day.
Amazing. That's really awesome. I've actually kind of abandoned the keto diet altogether. It was my best friend at the time that I needed it, and it helped me lose 60 pounds initially. And sometimes, you know, like I used to go back to it, but now I've kind of mastered carbs a little bit. Like I've mastered not keeping them in my house and being able to kind of delegate them throughout the week. But I find that I don't really need keto toast anymore. I can just get regular bread, as long as it's 1 loaf of bread, and not have burger buns in my house, because if I have 2, then one of them is getting eaten in one night. The whole loaf. I'm not kidding. I don't know why, but anyway, I prefer actually like grain bread. I like grainy bread. I don't know why. I think it's because it has more flavor to me. It's just the mature palate, my mature, majestic palate.
Obviously, it doesn't taste like real home baked or like real sourdough from a bakery, but it still has like a slight tang. It is like ultra processed, like basically white bread, but I think it still has some flavor.
I actually want to start making sourdough bread. I don't know. Am I entering my trad wife era? Maybe.
and it honestly tastes like absolutely nothing. I don't know. I just like the taste of like grains. For lunch,
We're the same person. I like the taste of grains.
And it looks like she put like the can't believe it's not butter spray on her toast, which is fine. But if you are on a weight loss journey and you are plateauing and you don't know why you're not losing weight, and if you use stuff like this, that might be the reason why. Because on the bottles of the I cannot believe it's not butter spray, or like the cooking,
I like how she said that. I cannot believe it's not butter. I cannot believe it's not butter sort of spray.
they say they have like 0 calories, but it's like it's for like a squirt that's like not even a half a fucking second long. But if you actually weigh out what you're using, and what you do is like you put whatever spray you have on your scale and then zero it out.
You know what? I do use spray oil, but I have recently kind of thought maybe I should just get like an oil container that I put real oil in and I use it to spray, because I don't know, I'm just starting to come around to the fact that, can you believe it's not butter? Why should I be eating something that's not real? I don't know. Like, I think that it might be a healthier option to just learn how to eat the regular butter. I of course think that if it's like a tool that you can use right now that helps you in this stepping stone, then I think that that's, you know, more than welcome and perfectly fine for you to do. I think that it's time to start getting used to the fact that we shouldn't be eating plastic and we shouldn't be eating things that are...
And then you can, you know, use your sprays or whatever.
Oh my god. Oh, it's a little mug. What does it say? Knock it off. Oh, interesting. We have an appearance. Oh.
Use your sprays and then put it back on the scale and it'll say like -8 grams or whatever. I used to use the, I can't believe it's not butter.
That's so sweet. YouTubers supporting YouTubers. That's cute. She did actually make a response video to the video that I made, and I did not watch it because I would have to pay like $3 to see it. And I guess I would rather a mug instead of watching somebody get paid for my editing.
Alternatives. And I think it's fine if you do, but I'm trying to have less processed food. So when I do have toast and I put butter on my bread or my bagels, or I will just use regular butter. Butter is basically just made of fat, so it's very high in calories, but we do need fat in our diet. I mean, unless you have some sort of fucking gallbladder issue or some other disorder or disease.
I think that that's fair to say. I think that she's really just testifying to what the weight loss journey is. Like, it's fine for you to use these things as your tools, but eventually you just start to change your priorities and your hierarchy of needs. The hierarchy of needs, you know, originally is to learn just how to go every day without overeating. And then the next thing in the hierarchy of needs, once you've mastered that, is eating foods that you feel that are actually good for you, and kind of like taking out the things that you don't want because you don't feel like you have to have them anymore. Or you don't feel like you're going to overindulge on the good stuff. Like, I know that, you know, having butter and a whole loaf of bread in my house is kind of like a danger at points in time. So it's good to kind of just, you know, have nuance with those things and have grace with yourself with those things.
Butter's fine. Butter's fine. Don't worry about the butter. Worry about your fucking Doritos and your full sugar Coke. Have some real butter. It's a healthy fat.
Oh, what do you think about that? Would you like that if I did that? There. There. Give me... I mean, that would be fun. Hugs all around.
You need to eat fat because it helps your hormone production.
Taste of like grains.
You know, that's really true. When I was kind of starting to come out of the fat is bad and you have to eat fat-free everything, it's like, well, wait a second. Getting onto the Atkins side, it's like your body, you're supposed to eat things that your body is made of. Your body naturally has fat. That it helps with your hormone production. Your body has protein, so eat more meat. Like, oh my gosh, it's just, you know, and the demonizing of salt and stuff like that. And it's like, just drink more water. Like, why are you pushing sugar all of the time? You know, actually telling the real information, but I don't know. It's just hard to decipher all of this stuff and actually learn what you're actually supposed to do when there's all of this other news and all of this other information that's being pinged off of you all of the time.
For lunch, I had my hyperfixation meal, which...
Is there meat in that? It just looks like rice.
Low-carb tortillas with one of the better bowls on top of it, topped with...
I agree. I think that it looks kind of bad. I think it looks kind of like an ugly meal. It's a hyperfixation meal, though, so we'll see what it is. You said it's some kind of bowl.
Some Taco Bell taco sauce. Oh my...
Better bowls? I'm not familiar with the Better Bowl, so I just looked it up. So it's like one of those frozen meals.
Oh, that's too bad. So it really is... Okay, let's look. White chicken, brown rice, yams, black beans, corn, and chipotle peppers. Ooh, so really it is a carb bowl that she has actually also spooned into 3 separate little carb portions. I think she said that they're keto tortillas, probably at least 150 calories. So whatever that is, plus 150 calories more of tortillas.
White rice, brown rice, yams, black beans, corn, chipotle peppers. Okay, we got some calories. For one of the packaging, 400.
Ooh, 440 calories, yeah. So if the tortillas do come out to what I think, that would be probably more like a 600 calorie meal. And that's fine. It just depends on what else that you have during the day. I find for myself, because I used to be a binger, the problem that I had was at the very end of the day. So that's when I would save the majority for my calories for. So having like a 600 calorie lunch just wasn't something that I did. Sometimes I do it, but it's still kind of like far in between of my regular kind of diet. I don't know. Let's see where we go.
40 calories. Doesn't say anything about fat. 24 grams of protein, almost 70 grams of carbs, 7 grams of fiber. I mean, I understand like the point of these things, and I guess like I can't clown on shit like this too much, but it's like stuff like this, it's just like, wouldn't you just rather make it homemade and it just tastes so much better? Or like, wouldn't you get anything that is rice-based?
You know what? I'm going to argue with you. I think a lot of people despise the thought of making anything homemade. I think that people have gotten so used to convenience and just having something handed to them that the thought of standing there and chopping up vegetables is just actually extremely disturbing to them. I don't know why. Or like even if they have like a bunch of chopped up vegetables, putting into a pot and waiting for it to cook and having to experiment with different flavors and stuff like that. Like I think that people find it distressing. And I think that really needs to be mitigated somehow. We have to have like cooking workshops for parents or just like people, adults, everybody. It's just like, hey, yeah, cooking's stressful, but we all have to learn how to get over it and deal with it, or have that meal prep at the beginning of the week and like everybody learn how to freeze and be okay with freezer stuff, because it is very sad how unwilling people are to learn how to cook or just be okay with cooking consistently for themselves. It's weird. Yeah, I've noticed that too.
With like frozen meals, or even like I went out recently and got poke from a restaurant. It's like there's this much meat in the serving and about fucking 4 times the serving of rice. If you are...
Yeah, it's incredible. It's really sad. The 4 times the serving of rice is right. It's like this much rice and then this much meat. And it's because it's like, well, it's easy to make money that way, right? You feel like you're getting a lot, which you are, but you're just getting a lot of like the cheap ingredients.
On your weight loss journey, you want to prioritize protein, fiber, and hydration. Having a lot of protein and fiber is going to keep you full, as well as drinking an adequate amount of water. I feel like if I don't start out the day with a bunch of water and protein and fiber, then that's when I just like have the urge to snack. But these low carb balanced tortillas have...
I find for some reason in the morning my stomach is very sensitive. It's almost like it's like shrunk, and then by the evening it's like gotten used to being alive, so it wants to expand and wants to eat a lot more food. So I've come to be accustomed to like just having like that snack, but it is kind of like breakfast just dispersed throughout the day, like little portions of protein, little portions of fruit throughout the day. I don't know what's going on, but it's working for me. Like I'm pretty happy, so I don't know.
Protein and fiber in them. So I guess like maybe that can make up for the fact that she's just eating all rice and barely any goddamn chicken.
So good. And the last thing I had was a barbell protein bar thing, and that was really good. Like after that, I went on a run and I did like 4.5 miles, I think, and I was just so tired and I was no longer hungry and my stomach was...
Of course, gotta have the Alani. Only fat people drink these. I have never seen a thin person on social media have an Alani.
I think that's so true. I've seen Alani's and I've actually tried one and I think they suck. I think that they taste gross. I think maybe what's happening, this is gonna sound bad, maybe it's like that flavor that you think that like, oh, because it's really sweet, I'm gonna like it and I'm gonna continue to drink it. I mean, I like Monsters. I love Monsters. I don't know what's wrong with Alani, but that is such a funny thought. Oh my god, I've only seen fat people drink Alani. That's hilarious. I don't know why that's true.
Upset. So I don't know, do you guys like make yourself eat after that? Like I'm genuinely curious because I was definitely low for calories. Also, I did have my Alani new, so.
I feel like that's not a lot of food. She had a Barbells protein bar. Barbells is one of my favorite. This one that she has, so she's eating the caramel cashew Barbells. I like that one. I've had that one a few times. My favorite is the cookies and cream though. It kind of has like the same crunchiness that you would get from like a 100 grand bar. I think those are 200 calories for 20 grams of protein, which is technically high protein because for anything to be high protein, it's like 10 calories to 1 gram of protein. So 200 calories to 20 grams of protein is a 10-for-1 ratio. And of course, anything higher would be considered high protein.
Oh, well, that's really good. And what I would say is, yeah, that is not a lot of food for the day. Something that I would find is like I would do really well on day 1, and then the next day my hunger would increase, and then I would eat more. And then despite the fact that maybe I ate more and it's healthy food, just because of the fact that I ate more and maybe it wasn't what I was planning, then the thought that I ruin the whole thing and to just toss in the towel starts to creep up, and it kind of makes me spiral. So maybe it does kind of circle back to what she was saying about, you know, that number might seem really high, but just give it a try anyway and see what you do with that, because maybe that's kind of the key in not having that spiral and starting out too low and then increasing your hunger and going in that direction, just in case this is how it's going to go. Because I just know that that creator also deals with eating, and so that's something that happens not just on a daily level of like, oh, I restricted all day, so now I'm going to binge way over my calories in the nighttime. It can happen for over a couple of days or over a couple of weeks, because it can happen every day, or it can happen every week, or it can happen every couple of months, but it still fits into that criteria, because even if it just happens every once in a while, it still counts. It's not just like a daily thing that happens, or it doesn't have to be a daily cycle. It can be that weekly cycle or monthly cycle. It just, you know, just depends on the cycle. It's almost like as if there's like that diagram of the circles of the ripple effect of like when you start, it's like, you know, it happens pretty much every day where you try to restrict too much and then you binge all night. And then you get to the outer wall of that one where it's like, okay, you're able to do the diet for a week, but then you binge at the end of the week. And then at the next wall that you climb over, then it's like, yeah, you did really great for the month, but then something bad happened in your life. So then you have just like a huge binge night. And then the next ring where it's like, oh, you know, I can't believe it. Like I did a whole year and I didn't binge. And then it was just Christmas. I don't know. It snuck up on me, or something happens like that. So it's kind of like that thing where you never expect it, even though how long you've gone without doing it. It's just kind of like one of those things that kind of is always with you in a way. I like this creator. I think that she's fun. I think she's spunky. I like her. Angelica Unfiltered. We'll have to check out her other channel sometime. Interesting banner. Well, Angelica Unfiltered. I think I caught a couple of your filters, but that's okay. I won't tell anybody. Thanks so much, and bye for now.